Hi guys, it's me, Simple Programmer, and welcome back to the Java Game Programming series. And today we're going to be loading in a SpriteSheet so that our player and blocks actually have a texture. They're not just boring old blue and white textures. So let's get started. So to prepare for adding a SpriteSheet for a player, I'm going to make the height to 32 because that's how big my player SpriteSheet is. So now down here in our res folder, as you remember, we put our level in, and I already put the player SpriteSheet and a SpriteSheet in. I'm just gonna take them out of there to show you guys how to do it if you need be. So I'm just gonna take them out of there, and now I have them open in my file explorer. So I'm just gonna click on both of them and just drag them to Eclipse's res folder. Just copy files, and there we go. Now they're in there, and that's all we need to do for that part. So now, I'll do the blocks texture. Actually, before we can do that, we have to make our SpriteSheet class. So new, for some reason it's doing that, new class, SpriteSheet. There we go. And now this is very similar to our buffered image loader. We're going to do private buffered image, Control-Shift-O to import that. I'm going to make a constructor, SpriteSheet. We're gonna have a parameter of buffered image. I'm gonna call it image, and I'm gonna do this dot image is equal to image. And now we have a method we're gonna make. We're gonna do public buffered image grab image. You can call it whatever you want. I'm just gonna call it grab image. It's gonna have the parameters int x, int y, int width, and int height. What this is going to do, not in height, what it's going to do, it's going to grab an image inside the SpriteSheet. So one of our sprites was inside the SpriteSheet. Here, let me open that. I'll just open this one. Not in photos. Anyway, it's fine. I'll just open with paint.net. There we go. So let me just wait for paint.net to open up, and there we go. So this just means, okay, let me zoom in. So if I specify the x and y to be 0 and the width to be 32 and the height to be 32, like this block, it's going to take this image inside the SpriteSheet and it's going to use that. So let's go back here now. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to do return image.get subimage. The x and y of that image is 0, 0, our width and our height. But since we want this to be used for every single thing, we're going to do our x and y, which we're going to specify those. And there we go. So that's it for our SpriteSheet class. Let's close that. Now let's actually use the SpriteSheet inside our block. Then we're going to make a private buffered image. I'm just going to call it block image. To import that. And I'm going to do, in our constructor, I'm going to have another parameter, which is SpriteSheet. It's going to call it SS. Control-Shift-O to import a SpriteSheet. And we don't need to do private SpriteSheet SS is equal to new SpriteSheet. No, we're going to do that in our game class because we're going to specify what the SpriteSheet is inside our game when we actually add a block. So here we're going to do block image is equal to ss.grab image, and let's go back to paint.net. And as you can see here, let's just zoom in a bit more. I'm going to use the image on the left, that one, and the x and y starts at 0, 0 in the top left corner, just like in Java, and the width 32, the height is 32 as well. So that's what our things are going to be. Our subimage is going to be. So our x 0, our y 0, our width is 32. Our height is 32. It's just like our width and height. But what if we want to make a block that gets bigger, you know? I'm going to actually specify how big the sub image inside the SpriteSheet instead of just putting in our width and height. So now let's go to our game. I'm gonna have error here because we have to. There's another parameter and we have to fill it. I'm just gonna do SS. And now in the top of our game, I'm gonna do private sprite sheet SS. And now I'm gonna make a buffered image of the sprite sheet. Private buffered image SS. Wait, no, sorry, not SS. Sprite sheet. We're normally gonna set it. There we go. There, that's the sprite sheet. And now down into our init method, we're gonna do sprite sheet is equal to loader.load image. And my what I call it is backslash, without the backslash, you know, because that's in our res folder. I called it sprite underscore sheet. If you call it something different, put that in .png. Always forget, don't forget the .png or .jpeg or whatever you have. And now we're just gonna do ss is equal to new sprite sheet with our sprite sheet here, because we have a parameter that we use a buffered image there. Forgot a parenthesis. And what this is just doing, okay, creating a buffered image, which is our sprite sheet, which is this image right here, which is our sprite sheet. Oops. And we are just actually making it so we can use that sprite sheet. We can use any part of that sprite sheet when we are making a new sprite sheet. That's what we're doing. So now we use SS in our block because we needed a sprite sheet. And now in our render method, instead of doing g.drawRect, we're going to do g.drawImage, our block image, our x and y, and that's it. So and then just null for our observer. Whoa, stop there. And if you, for some reason, wanted to make the image any larger, for example, set it to 64 by 64, you just do that after you set the x and y, and you can do that, and that's going to give us an error because we need to do int x and int, oops, that's caps lock, int y. There we go. So now if we run, we're going to get an error because there's no y there. Now if we run, I set the size to 64 by 64. Now if we run, as you can see, we have some blocks, which are too huge, and 64 by 64. So I'm just going to set that back to what it normally is. Remove that 64 by 64. Int y. Oh, I can't type today. Woo, there we go. So now if we run again, you should see that we have perfect collision. So there we go. Collision's still good. Even if I set the player to 32 by 32, like in the start of the episode, we're still good. There we go. So now let's do the same thing for our player. So organize imports, and we set the width 32 by 32 because, let me just open my player sprite sheet, which I got from OpenGameArt, so I'll have that link. I'm just gonna open with pay.net. As you can see, zoom in, this to this, it's about 32 by 32 by 32 by 32, and so we have to specify that. So let's go back here, and we're gonna do, it might be the coordinates be different, but I'm just gonna do that. Private player image 1, player image 1, because we're gonna animate our player, because as you can see here in the sprite sheet, it has a bunch of different things. It has standing towards me, walking this way, walking this way, walking this way, you know, that stuff. So now let's go back to clips. We're gonna do, I'm just gonna call it player image just for now. Private buffered image. Private buffered image. Player image. Player image. Now I'm just gonna do sprite sheet. I'm gonna call it PS for player sprite sheet. Player sprite sheet, you know. Or actually PSS. Now I'm just gonna call it PS, and I'm just gonna do PS is, wait, no, sorry, player image is equal to grab image, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna do 2 by 2 by 32 by 32. I think that's it. I'll see just a bit if it works out. And down here, same thing. We're gonna do g dot draw image, player image x and y, and observer as null. So now got that there, and we have to cast int to that. There we go. Now let's go to our game. We're gonna get an error there, and I'm just gonna do PS. We can't use the same sprite sheet because they're two different sprite sheets. So now, same thing. I'm just gonna copy this private buffered image. I'm gonna do player sprite sheet, and down. I'm also gonna make a private sprite sheet PS. There we go. And down here, I'm gonna do player sprite sheet is equal to loader.load image. The path is backslash player sprite sheet dot png. There we go. That's my path. Whatever yours is, again, just use that. Now PS is equal to new sprite sheet with player sprite sheet inside the parentheses. So there we go. Now, if we actually run, we should get that we have a player right there. Perfect, guys. Now, I'm just gonna go to paint.net, check that my coordinates that I did were good. I zoomed in quite a bit. So it was actually at 2, 2, 1. 2, 1? Oh, right. 2, 1. It was at 2, 1, and it went all the way down to 236. So 36 minus 1, that's 30. Okay, I think we're pretty good. Yeah. Wait, let me just check out my game one more time. Let me check if anything's cut off. No, I'm pretty sure we're good. So, that's gonna be about it for this episode. Let me just check how long we're recording for. Ooh, we might actually... No, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And next time we'll get to animating our player so that when we move left, he turns left. When we move left, the player sprite changes to the one that is left, and when we're walking, his legs actually move. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. See you guys.